Hey, everybody!
That was very loud, honey. You better adjust the microphone.
What the fuck do you think I'm doing, you bish?
Don't call me a bitch.
I said bish.
Bitch, it's the same thing.
I removed the T's, so it should be different.
But it's basically the same thing.
Hey, life's a beach.
Shut up. Oh my god.
Hey, everybody, it's Thespio, and I got Midnight Sonata here with me.
Hello.
Probably this is being recorded earlier, but by the time you upload this, it would be Valentine's Day.
Ooh, Valentine's.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. How could I be so stupid? We're ponies in this picture that we're using. It's Hearts and Hooves Day. So, I did actually have something planned to release for Valentine's Day, but due to stuff outside our control, I'm probably gonna have to delay it for a few weeks. But it is coming, so I thought it would be fun to
plagiarize off of Magpie Pony and Lost Narrator.
Yes, we are completely ripping off Lost and Magpie's fiance tag video.
Well, they had the girlfriend tag video.
Yeah,
this is the fiance tag.
Well, they're also having a fiance tag video. So, yeah, we're completely ripping them off, but here's the catch. We got permission from Magpie for us to rip her off.
So this is legal ripping them off.
Yes, we are doing their little tradition thing, and we got express permission to plagiarize them.
Yeah.
How do you like that, motherfuckers?
We should probably put a notice that this is not a G-rated podcast.
Hi, have you seen my channel? It's far from G-rated.
I know, but still.
I mean, for for God's sake, they should already know I periodically appear in as an extra character in Wooten's Clop Fix.
Yes,
so.
We know. We all know. I have nightmares.
So, yeah, this is our fiance tag video, which, by the way, we want to dispel all the shipping name rumors. Our official shipping title,
it's not Thesponata
or Midnight To or whatever it is. It's Thesponata.
Thesponata, people, get it the fuck right.
It's in the goddamn title. Read.
That's
the title.
Oh God, help us all.
Oh jeez. So anyway, for those of you who are unfamiliar with how this works, basically, as a couple that are plagiarizing Mag and Lost, we're going to be answering questions about our relationship.
Mm-hmm. And we're also taking some of the questions that were asked of them in, like, the next video.
Yeah, basically every single question on here has also been asked of Lost and Mag.
So we are completely ripping them off. Like,
I don't think we prefaced that enough. Plagiarism, shish boom ba.
Hey, everyone! Just so you know, we're ripping off Magpie Pony and the Lost Narrator. Mom's the word.
Oh Jesus. Also, if you can't tell, we are completely off our fucking rockers, and we're not even under the influence of anything. We're high on life, bitches.
Exactly.
And also a quick shout out to Sapphire Heartson, who created this beautiful art piece that I commissioned her a while ago. So I love it.
Yeah,
so,
it's really pretty.
Yeah. So anyway, it's true we've been getting a couple of asks, like either through Twitter or DeviantArt or some of the comments on Emotions on the Battlefield Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just gonna inform you all about our general relationship as well as answer a few questions you might have.
Yes, and maybe we'll do another video for anyone who comes up with questions that are interesting.
Maybe that'll be
appropriate because we're not gonna be like Tommy Wiseau and be like, so how's your sex life?
It doesn't help that not too long ago we saw The Disaster Artist.
Oh God, that's such a good movie.
It is a good movie. I feel bad for ever badmouthing the guy. He seems so approachable, but that's not the topic.
He needs a hug.
But anyway, let's
get the shindig going.
Yeah, let's start the shit. All right. So, first question is, how long have we been together?
Well, we've been together now for a year and a half now. A year and a half.
Yeah, you sure it was a year and a half?
Yeah, because we got together on the 2nd of August 2016, and it's 2018.
Oh yeah, right. It was 16. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a year and a half now we've been together. And we're getting married in October.
Yes, we have decided on our wedding venues and dates and all that. It's going to be in October because.
And I have my dress.
Yes.
But she is forbidden to see.
Hey, you were forbidden to see the ring and what I was doing for the proposal, so it's only fair.
Payback's a bitch, isn't it?
So payback's you?
You! Moving on!
You love me!
I do, but shut up!
So, yeah, we got together, August 2nd, 2016, and hey, that's an easy, month-anniversary day to remember.
Mm-hmm.
We, for the first couple of months we've been going out, we kind of had our little cliche month-anniversary little things.
I was that kind of girlfriend. I was.
Okay, next is, when and how did we meet in real life? Oh boy, isn't this a loaded story?
It's a long story.
Yeah, it's a long story, too, so if you have any snacks with you, now's the time to munch.
Mm-hmm. We met each other doing Daughter of Discord. We had known each other for about a year after...
What, was it about a year?
It was about a year, because the auditions for the Daughter of Discord was August of 2015.
Oh yeah, well, was it 15? I keep on thinking it was 14.
No, it was 2015. And because I remember we met a year later. We met physically a year later.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, we met each other as colleagues through Daughter of Discord when she got the voice of Screwball, and I got asked to reprise my role as Discord from the finale of Bride of Discord. Mm-hmm. Just so many Discords throwing around. Discord this, Discord that. Hey, I'm everywhere just like the plague!
How is that different from any other day, Dad?
Touché, my little abomination. Touché.
And just to dispel the question that I know will be coming, no, when we have sex, we do not do those voices.
God damn it, Midnight! You said we weren't going to talk about our sex life,
no,
so...
That's the only thing. I'm going to dispel that right now. That no, we don't do those voices in intimate situations, though I have threatened to do that. I mean, I'll just be kissing and then I'll be suddenly be like, give it to me, Daddy! And they'll be like, damn it, Daddy!
That is the biggest boner killer ever. To make it feel like you're having sexual affairs with your own kin.
Yeah. And funny enough, the question, something, I can't remember who it was. There was a website that was defining traits in Daughter of Discord, and the first behind the scenes.
It was TV tropes.
TV tropes.
We got our own TV tropes page for the series, which is hilarious.
And the first thing you see in bold letters, capital letters, is cast incest.
Yes, cast incest is apparently a thing.
And I'm like, no, it's not incest, because Will and I are not actually related. We're only related in the show. So get your facts straight.
So that was a tangent we went on. But anyway, we met as colleagues through Daughter of Discord, but then...
Stealing your Gatorade, because I'm your wife.
Yeah.
Your future wife.
Just go ahead and steal my drink, why don't you? Mm-hmm. But anyway, I believe it was, it was around, I think...
late July when we actually physically met.
Yeah, how we physically met actually has another story leading up to that with, so I believe, it was a couple months prior, you reached out to me, I believe, through Skype, or was it email? Because I remember, we were sort of talking as just general cast members getting to know each other.
That's generally through Skype.
Yeah, that was generally through Skype. But then I also remember you asking me to do a cover with you of 17 from Heathers, the musical.
Yes.
And I said, okay, sure, why not? I love the show. I recently discovered the soundtrack a little while back then.
I actually gave you a choice. It was a choice between Heathers and Suddenly Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors.
Really? That was another decision?
And then you actually wrote back to me and you're like, you know what? Let's do another cover together, which we still have not done, from Legally Blonde.
That's right. She already sent me my her recordings for that. We were gonna do a cover of Sirius from Legally Blonde. And no, that's not foreshadowing us divorcing, by the way, even though the lyrics mention breakup.
No, we are not. We be stuck like glue.
No, but yeah, when she sent me her vocal file when we were gonna cover 17, she sent it to me through email, which at the time included her phone number, because that's the same email that she uses for when she's sending auditions and headshots to clients, because for those that don't know, she is a working actress in Los Angeles. She's been in the field for about, 8 years?
Which,
9?
by the way, if we're doing a collab randomly and you have to use my email, this does not give you permission to use my phone number. No, it does not. Does not!
But, yeah, it included her phone number, and I decided to text you. It's like, hey, it's Will, and
I remember one of my later reactions was, how did you get my number?
Yeah, and I was like, it was included in the email
I
you
thought
sent.
he had stalked me for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, okay, because I kind of had a crush on Will at the time. And
A crush on me?
Shut up! Shut your mouth! Shut your whore mouth!
Okay, she's lying, of course. Apparently, okay, it started off as a crush, but apparently since, Bride of Discord and Daughter in Discord, she's kind of had a bit of a secret infatuation with me.
It's the same thing. Shut up. Anyway.
No. Literally your words, you said to me when we first met, I fit your type to a T.
Yeah, you do, but that doesn't mean that I was, obsessed with you. I just had a crush on you. I was like, aw, he's cute. He's my level of crazy, so that fits well.
Yeah, that's the thing that apparently,
that was my number one criteria for finding a boyfriend at the time, and throughout this thing. No, it was that the guy has to be my level of crazy, because I'm a little eccentric, and that's putting it mildly.
A little eccentric.
That's putting it mildly.
She puts in parentheses.
And after the last guy I was dating, and I thought we were a good match, and then he broke up with me, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm only gonna date somebody that is my level of crazy. And I actually turned down quite a few guys because I'm like, no, I know how this game works. You say you can handle it, even though you're not my level, and then 5 or 6 months later, you're gonna be outie 5,000.
Yeah, which is a shame. But
hey, if they didn't, I wouldn't have found you.
Yeah, that is very true. But yeah, after I got her phone number from that email, we've been texting back and forth, just asking general questions. It's like, hey, what's your favorite such and such, favorite color, favorite food, what do you like to do on weekends, and, stuff like that. And this was around the time when I was still working at a pizza place, so it definitely gave me the escape I needed from all the hectic goings-on inside the restaurant that I was working at the time.
You're welcome.
But then
Then I decided, with the help of my friends, because my friends, they knew about my crush, and they're like, Katie, just ask him out. I'm like, I can't. I'm too scared.
I remember you telling me about this. You were such a wuss trying to talk to me.
I was. And so, finally, my friend, turning bronies, he's like, okay, Katie, just ask him plain and simple, do you want to hang out? So I texted him, I'm like, okay, hey, taking a shot in the dark, do you want to hang out? And as soon as I sent that, I threw my phone to the end of the bed, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I did this, oh my god. And I'm like, okay, I need to check my email, I'm gonna grab my phone. Ah, shit, he's texting back, what do I do? And my friends are like, Katie, calm down, it's gonna
Were you on a Skype call when this happened or something?
I wasn't a Skype call. I actually was. They were coaching me live.
Oh my god!
And then like when he's like, yeah, sure, let's hang out. I'm like, oh my god, it actually happened. I got a date. Yeah.
He said yes.
He said yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
but here's the funny thing. While we were still talking, at the time I still saw us as colleagues. I was completely blind to the fact she was asking me out on a date. She worded it to where it's like, hey, you just want to hang out and all
I
that.
thought the words taking a shot in the dark would be hint enough. Hey, date, wanna date me?
Well, I mean, another thing that played onto this, like, she didn't live that far away from me. We're both Southern California locals.
Well, you're the local. I'm a military brat. I traveled all over, but I had like lived at my current place for like 3 years.
Okay,
so.
well, yeah, if you want to get technical about that, but you had recently moved to California for like the past like what 4 or 5 years ago or something like that.
No, it was like three or 4 years.
3 or 4 years, given that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were
maybe actually 2. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. It's been a while since I like. You know, no, it was only 2 years since I lived with Kira.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Spoiler warning. Her roommate at the time was Kira Buckland, aka Rena Chan.
Yeah, I and this was even before I auditioned for Daughter of Discord, so I was thrown into the fandom way before Daughter of Discord.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing. This will probably be the last tangent we go on before
my god,
that.
Yeah, so many tangents. So many fucking tangents.
That's also a triangle pun. But here's the thing. Way before I met her, for the longest time, Kira was a person that I have admired from before, that I had a crush on. Because I looked up to her as an influence, saying, hey, you can make a living doing online voiceover and eventually make it a career where you're doing official stuff. I kind of saw her as a role model, and not gonna lie, there was a time where I had a bit of an infatuation with her. But I believe it was BabsCon 20... Yeah, it was BabsCon 2016. Kira had a vendor table there selling little friendship bracelets. And, we were catching up. We were, still close friends. And she told me, my roommate is in this production called Daughter of Discord. And I'm like, wait a minute. Daughter of Discord? Who does she play in that? And because I'm in that. And she said, oh, she plays Screwball. I'm like, get the fuck out! I voice her father! and she was like, what? and I said, it's like, hey, text her, tell her I say hi, and,
Yeah, she did, and then, like, of course, a few hours later, you're like, you didn't tell me Rena Chan was your roommate! I always imagined it was in that really whiny voice, you're like, you didn't tell me!
But yeah, she texted me asking, hey, do you want to hang out? AKA, do you want to date me? And I said, sure, why not? Like, at the time, I saw us as just colleagues, but we'll get into the actual meat of what happened during the date and next few questions down. So anyway, moving on from that, can't believe all that was still on question 2.
Yeah, oh my god,
okay.
We're never gonna get through this.
Okay, it's just, like, this better be something either to while you're driving or, doing a jog or just...
something. It's gonna end up being 5 hours long, I swear to God.
Alright. How old are both of you and who is older?
We are both the same age, however... I'm actually older than him by 6 months. I'm born in February, which my birthday is on the 28th.
Yeah, her birthday.
Not a leap year! Oh my god, so many times I get people going, oh my gosh, we're almost a leap year, baby. 1991 was not a leap year!
So yeah, her birthday is in February of 91, and my birthday was August of 91, so we're both 26.
I'm about to be 27.
Yeah, she'll about to be 27 in the next few weeks by the time this goes up. And, all right, who said I love you first?
He did! He said it on the first date!
AKA the hangout. Okay.
Let me tell this one. So, we had just it was like aftermath of us confessing to each other, like, oh, I kind of like you. Well, I kind of like you too. Let's see where this goes. And we were, in the car.
Well, do we want to say, like, how this came about?
I'm working on it. Give me a minute.
Okay.
So we are in the car making out as new people who just confess their feelings for each other do. And I'm kissing him, and all of a sudden he goes, I love you. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Cool.
I don't know if it was just a spur of the moment type thing or if I genuinely meant it at the time. I don't know.
I don't know.
Emotions and feelings were very mixed at the time, but it was hard to think clearly with swapping tongues.
I have to say, it was a very How I Met Your Mother moment for me. I was like, what? Hello? Okay. Let's go.
But that actually segues into the next question. Who made the first move? So,
well, he said I love you first. I think it was me that made the first move.
Yeah, you were the one who made the first move. Well, first of all, you were the one who asked me out first. But
we spent about 20 minutes talking about that.
but yeah, basically our first hangout / date was like I drove down to pick her up. We were going to do a double feature. We were going to see Finding Dory, and then later in the night, there was a limited theater release of Batman: The Killing Joke.
Oh, so good.
And that was, the Finding Dory was an afternoon matinee, while The Killing Joke was an evening showing. Mm-hmm. And after we saw Finding Dory, like, okay, so during Finding Dory, you keep on saying you were trying to find so many ways to try to get to try and hold my hand. You were trying so many ways to try and hold my hand.
I was like nudging his hand, seeing if because here's the thing: when he first showed up at the door, I'm dressed in like this mint green dress. I'm wearing heels, makeup, jewelry. My hair looks pretty. I'm like ready for a date.
And I just show up in a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah, with a shirt that says Nerf on it. And
no, it was a hat that I wore that said Narf.
Hat, whatever. And I remember thinking to myself, oh God, why? This is gonna end well, why me? And then I'm like sitting in the movie theater trying to see him, like trying to scope him out, see if he'll hold my hand during the show, which he didn't. And so again, my head's going, oh, why me? Why is this happening to me?
I'm sorry, I was oblivious to the signs, babe.
and then we're waiting for the next showing, and I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm going to confess my feelings to him. He's either going to take me or he's going to leave me. What are the two happening?
Yeah, we were sitting outside of the theater waiting for the next showing for The Killing Joke right after we had lunch and stuff, and we were just sitting on this took place in a shopping center right outside the movie theater. A lot of people walking by and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, it got really quiet. We were
I'm about to open my mouth to confess.
She was looking at me. There was something going on behind her eyes. And then the thing that cemented everything.
A homeless man.
A homeless man walks past us and says, "Looks like true love's in the air, baby."
Oh, sense of love in the air. And I go, damn it! There goes the moment!
And then, after he walks past, I said, you know, he has a good point. You want to tell me what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, and then we kind of confessed.
Yeah, she confessed that,
I was thinking I had done something wrong because when I told him, well, I like you, his eyes bugged out of his face. And I'm like, oh no, what is this happening to me?
Well, here's the thing. Like, before then, I was still in a bit of a dry spell when it came to relationships. Like, I, left, my then ex about a year or two ago beforehand. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I mean, we're still friends now. Like, there's no bad blood, don't get me wrong. But, I was still thinking that's like, you know, okay, because at the time, like, bear with me, at the time, I was still trying to take care of my mother and trying to work a steady job so that way I can earn, income for the house. And I just felt like I don't have time for relationships right now. But then all of a sudden, you know, she comes along and, you know, confesses her feelings to me. I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't think I needed to hear that, actually. And then when we finally went in to go see The Killing Joke, We
cuddled in the very back
we
row.
we decide, you know what, just fuck it. We live to the armrest, and she laid on my lap throughout the whole.
I laid into your chest. I didn't lay on your lap.
Well, same sort of area of the body.
No, it's not. Not really, man.
But yeah, in terms of that, I said I love you first. I don't know what. More just I don't know if it was an impulse reaction, if I truly meant it at the time, but yeah, she was the one who made the first move, and then it wasn't like not a week later that we decided to, hey, let's see where this goes.
Yeah, because that's when we just started constantly texting each other.
Yeah, we were
asking questions and
just generally getting to know each other.
Yeah, so when I saw him again, because I was in San Francisco for the weekend for a homeschool convention, which, by the way, yes, I was homeschooled as a kid, and no, I'm not an invalid.
Ain't no shame in that.
Yep. But we were texting that entire weekend, and so by the time we saw each other again, I felt like I really knew this person.
Next question is, what is your favorite thing about the other?
I love, let's see.
Oh boy.
Physical traits, I'm gonna say his eyes. There's something about his eyes that is very hypnotic for me. And then for his, other thing that I love is his energy. I love his energy. It's so infectious, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, you did say to me before you were looking for someone to fit your model of crazy, and But I was about to say, you think my eyes are hypnotic? Are you insinuating you're marrying a hypnotoad?
Yes. Yes, I
am. My favorite thing about you?
Let's do physical and then, just in general.
Okay. Physical-wise, I'd have to say...
And don't you say my butt!
well,
Give me that butt! No!
Give me that butt! No, but in all seriousness, I'd have to say your smile.
Aww.
Like when we first when I was at your door and when you finally opened up, there was just something about your smile that just it spoke to me. It said, like, you're this very bubbly, outgoing person, and I feel like this is the type of girl that I think is shooting to go places, and that's the other favorite thing about you. That's not just physical, just your it's gonna sound weird, but your aura. There's just something whenever I'm around you that not only makes me feel comfortable and safe around you, but even especially when we were talking and getting to know each other, and you were telling me about what you were doing to get here to LA to pursue an acting career, and that whole conversation, and how I was raised in theater and all that stuff.
I was raised in theater.
Yeah, you were raised in theater too, but just this aura around you that you were serious about your aspirations, that you really wanted to go far, and that really resonated well with me, because that's how I feel about my aspirations. I feel like there was just something about us that I feel like when I first started talking with you and when I first saw you in person, I feel like we could immediately click.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I really look for in people. Some of my past relationships, we had a connection, but there wasn't that spark.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Totally.
There were some that I felt a little bit disingenuous, maybe because maybe there was some relationships where I didn't feel was working, maybe because I was too young to understand it, because my first real serious relationship was in high school, and you know how every person is during high school. They're so awkward, and puberty, and first discovering pornography and all that other fun shit that comes with teenagerism and all that.
Also, with us, we have a funny little attribute where we're actually able to finish each other's sentences to the point where it is legitimately scary.
It is legitimately scary. I don't know about you, but she is a fucking mind reader at times.
I don't mean to. It just happens. twins.
We are the living embodiment of, I mean, it's crazy, we finish each other's sandwiches.
Oh.
That's what I was gonna say. We literally cannot escape Frozen even if we tried.
No!
So
let's move on.
yeah,
we might have to split this into 2 parts because I think we're going on so long.
No, fuck that. I want to make it a challenge to see who can last all the way through this.
I'll make sure he makes it into 2 parts. Anyway, moving on.
All right. What has been our longest call with each other?
Okay. I think it was probably like maybe 5 hours.
Yeah, or something like that. Because we lived at the time. We lived a couple towns over.
And the thing is, also at the time, I used to work night shifts at my job, which is a kitten rescue, because kittens need to have full-time care 24/7.
Yeah, graveyard shifts to be specific, like from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. and stuff like that.
And sometimes I was not able to sleep, and so Will would call me, and he wouldn't even have to say anything. He would just be working on his stuff.
Like
I could just have him in the background, knowing that he was there.
I could just be completely silent, working on stuff on my laptop, and she would, rest easy. I mean, it was nice, but yeah, like the longest I believe it was like, yeah, you're right. I think it was 5 hours.
Yeah, 5 or 6 hours.
Because like you were heading to bed.
Yeah.
And because with me being a night owl, you asked me to make sure that I wake you up.
Yes. Exactly.
So you could get to work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, about that. Yeah.
All
right. Do you have a tradition with your fiance?
Well, I make sure he does something very Halloweeny with me every October because it's my favorite holiday. Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Yeah, Halloween is her holiday of choice, while Christmas is mine. So that's at least one difference we have. But yeah, we try to make it an effort to at least do something with each other during
our holidays.
During our favorite holidays.
Like whether it's like going to see Christmas lights in all the neighborhoods for Will, or going to
going to a theater to see a Halloween movie, because this past year we went to go see Tragedy Girls.
We saw Tragedy Girls, and we also saw the day before we saw It.
Yes, we did watch the 2017 It.
And then we just the rest of the night we just ate candy. And streamed Stranger Things.
Yes, we watched Stranger Things too.
Yeah, we finished the first season and started into the second season on October 31st.
Last year. And like she said, my tradition is going out to see Christmas lights, and it's especially there was this one neighborhood in my hometown that goes all out. That's it could be its own local attraction. They go animatronics, lights, plywood cutouts, and even a train set here and there. So yeah, that's our thing. Other than that, we try to have at least a date night once a week.
Yeah.
Depending on our work schedules, where we just be in each other's company, watch movies,
or actually do something, which we need to do something big again at some point.
Yeah, or actually go somewhere to a local attraction, or go out to a restaurant and stuff like that. At least we try to do that at the very least once a week, schedules permitting.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of each other's channels before we met?
Yes, I was a fan of his channel. I thought his content was pretty funny.
Because I think at the time I was I think I was just starting to do comic dubs.
I think you were. I think so. I had started doing vocal covers, which I will eventually get back to.
Yeah, I think you were just starting out your channel at the time we sort of met, and I don't think I believe it was Daughter of Discord where I first heard of you, and then saw your covers, and even that one a Valentine's video where you'd when you destroyed a piñata.
Yeah, before meeting Will, I had a very hate relationship with Valentine's Day.
She had a lady hate boner for Valentine's Day.
I did. Let's see, moving on.
So,
what was the first thing you noticed about me?
I think I may have answered this already, but just it bears repeating. The first thing I noticed about you was, like I said, your aura and your smile and the ambitions that you were serious about, that you wanted to pursue, that I could relate to, because they were the same about me. Just we clicked
Mm-hmm.
like scarily well,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I guess that's one thing I noticed about you, and it's been kind of like that ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Like you still emit that aura, even now that we're living together and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. That you're a work nut.
Yes, I am.
Not to the extremes as, say, a lightning blister keyframe, but
I actually want to be that extreme sometimes because I feel like I could get more work done if I was. But for me, you're tall.
Really? That's the first thing.
Well, I'm 5'3". You're 6 foot, and so
just because I'm a 6-footer, that outweighs all other attributes about me. Gee, thanks.
Yes, it does. No, but in all seriousness, I would probably say your energy was probably one of the first things, because you were like, Katie's so good to see you when I first came in.
Oh, yeah, it was like that, yeah.
On the first date, I'm like, oh, yay. You're not dressed appropriately for a date, but okay.
Shut up.
Who wears the pants in the relationship? Well, we all know Thespio here wears the dress, so I think it's obvious that I wear the pants. But if it comes down to like actual decision making for like the household and shit like that, we generally split things up pretty evenly, and we decide on a lot of things.
Yeah,
ourselves.
we try to see who could which of us could pull their own weight in which specific way possible, because that should be the way. It shouldn't be like who does the most work, because that's, in all honesty, that's really stereotypical, and that's what we've been really brutally conditioned to believe, and I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
I mean, both of us are workaholics, and I may put out a little more with how often I work, but we, at the very least, we each try to pull our own weight.
Yeah.
And that's what I think it should be. So
yeah.
But I think like maybe instead of this question, it should be who wears the dress better. It's obvious. It's obviously me.
Do you guys do PDA? Yes, we do.
Fuck to the yes.
I have never been the type to like be ashamed of PDA, of public display of affection.
Yeah, PDA means public displays of affection. In case you don't know
in case you really don't know. But I've never been one that just kind of shied away from that kind of thing. I like being affectionate towards my partner, and I like showing that I'm affectionate towards him. And I don't want to be like, oh, we're in public. I don't want to kiss him because the people are gonna judge me. No, I'm not like that.
No. Like the only thing I think we would get a little about is like, not necessarily what we do, but what we say.
Yeah.
There are some things that I'm like, honey, don't say that, we're in public.
He's more squeamish about it than I am.
Shut up!
It's true. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. For a bit of context, I will fully admit this, as energetic and outgoing as I seem to be, either in public or in videos or in conventions, I personally think I'm one of the most boring people ever.
No.
Like, no, really. Like I may be outgoing and I love to put on a show, but I fully come to admit I have a lot of introverted tendencies, and there are just some things I fully believe there is a time and a place for certain things, even including a PDA.
I'll smack his butt in public and I'll be like, Katie! You're like, what? I like that butt. Give me that butt!
Of course, I will return the favor in bed later. But yes, we do PDA. Actions more than words.
Yeah.
Some of the ways we show PDA is...
It's funny.
It's funny, but we'll probably talk about that later in another question, because that sort of ties in with it. But anyway, are your parents supportive of the relationship?
Yeah, definitely. My parents, they've met Will on a couple of occasions, and they like him. They think he's cute.
Yeah, like I got introduced to her family before actually meeting them in person. We met through FaceTime,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember your mom was coming down to Anaheim, like around
Yes.
Disneyland, for a convention because your mom.
My mom is a big speaker in the homeschool/unschooling community, and so she's
yeah, in that respect,
there.
you're like your mom's a celebrity.
Yeah, she basically
celebrity
is.
among homeschoolers.
Yeah, so many times I go to a convention over there, and they're like, "Oh, what's your name?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm Katie Patterson." They're like, "You're Sue Patterson's daughter." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my mom."
Yeah. So and it was also then where I met your
sister.
your sister too.
Yeah, Alyssa.
Yeah. I didn't meet your father or your brother face to face until recently when you and I flew down to your home in Austin, Texas for Christmas.
Yes.
Which I sadly had to get sick for.
And most of us were sick anyway, and so...
Yeah, that was a Christmas to remember. Finally visiting my in-laws and then getting some terrible chest cold.
Yeah, it was... He was not happy.
Yeah, I was not happy. But yeah, I met your mother, your sister, your brother, your father, and before recent events, I was able to meet your grandmother before she sadly passed away recently.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you were able to do that.
Yeah, so... But yeah, as far as my family goes, for those who don't know, my family, at least right now, is actually really, really tiny. Like you obviously know, my mom passed away due to cancer back in December of 2016. But I will say she, at the very least, while she was going through chemo and all, she was able to meet Katie in person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at least thankful for that. So hey, we each have
and I think she liked me.
Yeah, like like, interesting fact. Like when I told my mom about meeting you in person when you texted me to hang out, I believe like she gave me a warning. It's like, don't assume this is a date or anything. That's probably considered rude to her. And I'm like, okay, Mom, I don't see it as a date anyway, but I'll trust your advice. But yeah, my mom did get the opportunity to meet her, and from the limited interaction she had, she liked you a lot.
Yay.
The only other people that have met her that I will disclose to talk about, because I'll be completely honest, there are some members of my family I do not wish to talk about, mainly my father.
Mm-hmm.
But the other people in my family that she met were my younger sister and my uncle.
Yeah, your uncle loves me.
Yeah, yeah. My uncle kept on talking about you a lot, especially after my mom passed away, he was helping us with putting the house up for sale.
Yeah.
And getting all of that squared away and all that bullshit.
He basically gave me the talk of like, so you're gonna take care of my boy, right? And I'm like, yes, sir.
He gave her the talk.
Yes, sir. I promise I'll be good.
And in a sense, God damn it, Uncle Tebow, but he was the one who planted into this little bitch's head that I was planning to propose to her.
Don't call me a bitch. It's not your fault that I'm a smart. It's not my fault I'm a smart cookie.
Okay, story time.
Another tangent, everybody.
Okay, well, they want to know context.
Refill your popcorn bowls.
Okay, so it was around after Valentine's Day, which was about 6 months after we officially became an item.
Mm-hmm.
Like we spent like a weekend at this place called the Great Wolf Lodge, which is near Disneyland. It's a really big hotel, and along with an indoor water park.
Their pizza there is amazing.
Yeah, it's a really fun place. They have other locations. They're not as widespread as other hotel chains, but definitely check it out. The Great Wolf Lodge. It's great.
Yeah.
Hey, Great Wolf Lodge. It's great.
That's a tiger. Their thing is a wolf, so bad.
They are related.
They are not. They're not even.
They're both mammals.
That's the only similar have. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, but yeah, it was after that weekend, after that Valentine's Day, where I started to realize, you know what? I have found the one I want to maybe spend the rest of my life with. And I told my uncle, and while, like, here's the thing, I was back at my old house that we were trying to put up for sale.
Yeah.
She came down to visit to, help us go through stuff, help us clean up and all that. And my uncle pulls her over and say, hey, me and her are gonna go for a walk, if that's okay.
And I'm like, okay. And Will starts getting up, he's
okay.
like, no, you sit down.
And it's like, okay, I'll join you. No, you stay here. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is about, but sure.
And I'm like, bye, honey. If I don't come back, I love you.
But yeah, it was through there where my uncle gave her the talk.
And a tip-off, too.
And the tip-off. like his words were like, it's like, better take care of my boy, and just
we're talking about how...
hope you guys have a wonderful time together dating, with a little something else along the way, hint hint, wink wink, nudge nudge.
And I'm like,
when she figured it out and told me that I know what she said, I know what you're doing, I'm like, God damn it!
Because you had asked me, you were like, do you think it was like something was like, do you think I'm the one? And I'm like, yeah, I know what you're doing. Wait, what? Yeah, your uncle basically told me, Timo!
Yeah. But yeah, I will admit, back when she figured it out, I was like, fuck, the surprise is ruined.
Honestly, for me, I'm glad that the initial surprise wasn't ruined, because one, I can then be like prepared for like the big moment, and two, we could be able to start preliminary planning for the wedding, and three, we could pick out the ring together, because I would have hated it if he bought something that just wasn't my type of ring.
Okay, yeah, when she told me that and how she put it, I was like, okay, you have a point. I mean, I'm still a little upset that the surprise is ruined, because
Chibo.
I don't know about anybody else, but if any people around me, like some of my friends can vouch for this, I kind of stink at keeping secrets.
He does.
But this is one that I was going to take me to the fucking grave if I had to. But yeah. When she told me and when she explained why telling her now is a good thing, I was inclined to agree, and we did pick out the ring together, or at least the ring choices.
Yeah, I gave him about 5 choices, and told him, like, okay, these are the 5 rings that I like. You can pick any one of these 5, and I will be happy. And so he did, and he basically got to have his cake and eat it too, with like surprising me with which ring.
Yeah, we in the end we went with the amethyst, which is her fun fact, is also her birthstone.
Exactly.
And also her favorite character on Steven Universe. Yeah. But yeah, my small family, approves of her. She likes her. My mom really liked her, God bless her soul. Mm-hmm. And my uncle never stops asking about you whenever he calls me to check up on me. So yeah, both of our families, full support.
Yes.
What's one thing the other does that you hate?
The booples. I hate it. He boops my nose.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Apparently, like, she enjoys other ways of showing PDA, but if you boop her nose, she gets so OCD about it.
I don't like things touching my nose.
But that is, I'm sorry. You may hate it, but I think it's the most adorable thing ever.
No. But in all seriousness, the thing that I would probably quote unquote hate about him would probably be when he gets down on himself, because he gets really harsh, and he's like his own worst enemy. He's very critical of his own work.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. And I tell him all the time, I'm like, baby, stop doing that. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
Like, see, here's the thing. I may look like I'm always confident, but deep down, I am such a scared little pussy.
Aww.
About, like, it's true though. I don't mean to get down on myself, but I don't know. Sometimes when I'm thrust into situations that have a possibly high publicity, I have a tendency to shrink.
Yeah.
Like I want like I try to be a good influence to others and I try to be a good person, and when I feel like I can't, I fucking break down. I shut myself out and I feel like I really blew it, and I know I shouldn't do that. I should, also focus on taking care of myself while taking care of others, but I admit it's really fucking hard.
Yeah, and I don't like it when you do that, so stop it. Or I'll boople your nose.
That doesn't affect me as well as you do. Speaking of which...
No! No! Ah!
Okay. Okay, so like at least you had a joke thing you hate about me, and then a serious thing I do that you hate. I suppose I'll do that too. I'd say what's one joke thing that you do that
I know one.
What? Fuck! Okay, yeah, for whatever
reason.
He's
a love-hate relationship with us.
It doesn't help that she works at a kitten rescue. But yeah, she, at random times, you'll probably have seen this as a highlight in one of my my recent BabsCon vlog. She will just be like a cute little kitten and just mew all over the side of my face or my neck or in my chest. Just she's doing it now. I mean, it's not like I flat out hate it. It's just too adorabetus. Fucking makes my heart melt. Okay, but one serious thing that you do sometimes that I hate is, oh God, this really is plagiarizing from Mag. When you say that you're fine when something is clearly bothering you.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about you. I've been around a ton of people that are really good at trying to hide the fact that something is wrong with them, and they get all passive aggressive and all that. I hate that. I hate passive aggressive. I mean, I'm guilty of being that myself when I'm like really, really low, when I really shut down on myself. But I mean, it's just when I see the people I care about do that, it's like, no, stop doing that. What the fuck is wrong? Tell me. You can trust me. And that's been happening mostly just when it's concerning your work, and I know it's probably going to slap for bringing this up, when you judge your physical appearance, and your looks and all that. I mean,
I do.
It's stereotypical for women to be hard on themselves on how they look and all that, and with me,
I blame society.
And with me having a penis, I automatically don't give a shit. But yeah, I don't like it when you feel the need to get down on yourself, especially when it's situations that are easily fixable.
Yeah.
So like when it comes, like especially like when it comes to like your work, like you're in the middle of trying to get your own production company off the ground with a friend of yours that we participate in Broadway Reacts with every Sunday.
Annie, love you, girl.
Yeah, Annie, if you're watching this, love you, girl. But yeah, whenever something goes wrong with either the production company or your own work, or you go on it's like, oh, don't look at me, I'm fat.
Oh,
tirades or stuff like that. I'm like, babe, stop that. You're in hysterics. This is easily fixable. It's not the end of the world. And like when you say it's fine when something clearly isn't, I hate that.
Yeah.
So
I'll try not to do that.
So don't be so hard on yourself.
Stop that! You stop that! Stop the Stitch voice! You stop that Stitch voice!
See, that's another thing she jokingly hates about me. Whenever I do my Stitch voice,
it's so fucking cute.
Don't be so hard on yourself, please. This is my family.
Oh, God.
I found it. Oh. So, okay. What is the next thing you are doing together that you're excited for?
Planning our wedding.
Well, that kind of goes without saying.
Yeah, that literally is the next thing we're planning, and moving into
That's
our own
that's the
place.
big thing we're planning. The other thing is
Moving into our own place.
Cause see, here's the thing. I'm still living in an apartment with Keyframe and Golden Fox,
Yeah.
and she only just recently finally decided to come and move in with me,
Yeah.
and soon we're gonna try to get a place of our own, or at the very least, somewhere that's closer to acting work, because we live about an hour north of Los Angeles, and we can rarely get anything out here in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
But that's two things we're looking forward to: the wedding and possibly getting our own place. Does the other have a secret birthmark or tattoo that we don't know about?
I actually do have a birthmark on my right Achilles tendon. It's like this little brown speck right there. And like there's always like this weird thing where it's like that's your birthmark signifies the place where you died in your past life or something like that. So I'm like, I must have died like Achilles. I got an arrow to my Achilles tendon that was poisoned.
You got an arrow to the not knee.
Yes, exactly.
I honestly don't think I have any birthmarks.
Yeah.
Like I've examined my body a few times and I honestly can't find any. I mean, there like I might have like, a couple of collections of melanin pigment, like as freckles or something, but other than that, no, I don't think I do. And and neither of us have tattoos, and like I don't think we don't even want to get tattoos.
I mean, I had considered one for a while, but I don't like needles that much, so I got scared away.
Yeah, like I'm not for tattoos. They're not my thing. The only tattoo I will ever accept is the cutie mark on my pony OC.
Maybe you'll get a cutie mark on your hip. You can have a cutie mark in real life.
I want a tattoo on my butt.
Yeah, some people do.
What does your partner do that really makes your heart melt?
Oh my god. He started doing this recently, and he does like these little puppy dog whimpers. And he tilts his head. And like if I'm upset about something, he'll come up and he'll do it to me, and I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Let me wallow in my misery. Stop it. Damn it.
Oh, you mean like this?
Oh god, why?
So yeah, that's one thing. And preface, this is aside from my Stitch voice.
Yeah.
And that. Okay, and for me, besides your mewing.
I also started doing this, like, I think it was yesterday. I just started doing Piplup over and over again. I'm like, pip, pip.
That was like yesterday.
I think it was yesterday, but you're just like, God damn it, no! Don't let this become a thing. Pip, pip.
God damn it, now there's gonna be fan art of you as a Piplup on top of me. If you do, make me a Vulpix.
Yay! Honestly, my favorite Pokemon's Dugong, because I like seals.
Yeah. Or actually, I remember somebody made Pokemon drawn of me. I think it's a Vaporeon at one point. That was like ages ago.
Nice.
Or something like that.
I would prefer to be an Umbreon because Umbreons are cool.
One serious thing that
makes
you do that makes my heart melt. It's gonna sound weird, but you're always so.
What?
It's like the PDA. Like in a sense, it also has a bit of merits. Like you snuggle up against me, or just rub your head into my chest. It just. Who needs a pet when I have you? That's just when she acts like a pet, not in a sexual way, mind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because ironically she's not into pet play.
No, I am not.
But when she acts like like a cute little animal around me to show her affection. That just, I'm an animal lover. I can't.
So another thing that he thought it was funny for a while, and then it got annoying for him. I used to go to his ear and just go, "You think I'm so sexy? You think I'm a sexy bitch?" I would do it to him randomly. He's like, "God damn it, Katie, stop it!"
I think that's sort of sprue from you voicing Derpy for me at some point.
He loved my derpy voice. He thought it was adorable, and somehow it divulged into like some weird, like Hispanic chula or something. No offense to any chulas out there.
But yeah, apparently Derpy trying to seduce me is
You think I'm so sexy. You're a sexy bitch.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't sound like Derpy. It is some
It's a Hispanic voice. It's my Hispanic accent, which I have no Hispanic descent. Actually, that's not true. On my mom's side, I'm like 14%.
You're like a cute Consuela.
Oh, sure.
Except it's not no.
No, Mr.
Right.
Superman, not home.
Alright. What's the most embarrassing, appropriate thing you have done or I have done? Most embarrassing thing.
I think probably because I catch you off guard doing it, I sometimes like zap your sides to tickle, or I'll randomly tickle you and you're like, yeah, damn it, Katie, why'd you do that?
Okay, yeah. For those who don't know, a pet peeve of mine is being disturbed when I'm in the zone. With she does it again. but yeah, usually like when I'm working on something and I'm really in the zone, like when I'm trying to focus on editing audio for somebody or going through my lines, picking out my best takes, she'll come up to me and just either tickle me or jolt my sides, and I'm just like, I am busy with something, not now.
Now you run away, Gus going.
You witch bitch.
I am.
Most embarrassing thing you've done? No, or wait, or have I, no, wait. No, we already said that.
I had done me, but I don't know if you. No, you have done one embarrassing thing where I'm like, oh God, why?
What?
It was our first Christmas. We went to Disneyland together for the first time. And we decided we wanted to do a Vine.
Oh, yeah. Back when Vine was a thing. Yeah. We spent a day at Disney.
Let me tell.
We were at Disneyland.
So we were at Disneyland, and we decided to do a Vine in kind of like in link with Dax Black?
Daz Black.
Daz Black.
At the time, that was one of my favorite Viners.
And so he did this thing where he's like, holiday tea party! And it was really loud. And I remember seeing like this family just turn around and look at us. And I'm like, oh God. Oh God.
Yeah, for those of Daz Black, when he was on Vine, his main thing was like, time for a tea party!
That.
Yeah, I decided to make a Vine of that live, but before, while we were in line for something, and she was like, we could always ride the teacups.
Yep, exactly.
Because the thing for me, I don't like those kind of rides. They make me sick.
Yeah.
So.
But
Anyway, if I could take you anywhere in the world, where would I take you?
Disney World! Because we've never been to Disney World.
That is true. Both of us have never been to actual Disney World in Florida. And yeah, I would like to take you there at some point.
Yeah.
Would you say that's the same place you would want to take me someday?
Yeah, that's the same place.
Okay, well, that was like the shortest answer out of everything. God damn it.
Let's go. Let's keep going.
Right. What lifelong dreams of mine have you helped make come true?
Well, I think we're just in the process of it right now because we're both helping each other with our acting careers.
Yeah, I would think so too. I think it was meeting you that, with her by my side, with her being just as serious as I am, I feel like I can actually make progress to actually become a working actor down in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And like with her, I didn't want to seem like I was I'll say this much. When we were first dating, I didn't want to assume. I did not want to assume. Sorry, I can't speak. I didn't want to assume that I was only dating you just because you had experience so that I could use that to my advantage. I didn't want that to be a thing. Like I enjoyed being around you not just for your aspirations, but for you as a
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So I was always afraid that my mind would be like, it's like you're just dating her just to get the experience and the tips that you need in order to make it.
Mhm.
I for a while I feared that's what I would be thinking
Yeah.
for a time, but thankfully that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was through
That's basically that.
yeah, that's basically it. It was through that we also got, other connections to certain people that we knew
Yeah.
and know to, help make it.
Yeah. Describe your relationship in one word. Eccentric.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Just eccentric.
Eccentric.
Okay, another short answer. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, our eccentric is our relationship in one word. Okay.
Who was the first person to know about your relationship? On my end, I think it was probably Rena Chan because she was my roommate at the time.
Yeah, I think for me, I think the first person I'm actually torn between these two people. I don't know which it was. I don't know if I told my mom first or if I told my other circle of friends first.
Right.
Like Jasper Pie, Lightning Bliss, Kichi, Ellie, other people that were that are in my circles.
Yeah.
And, like I remember back when I remember this story very vividly. Back after our first hangout, it was either after or before.
Before, I think.
Yeah, I told the guys this. It's like, hey, this girl, Katie, who was Screwball and Daughter Discord, asked if we could hang out, and they were like, I was like, wait a minute, she asked you to hang out, dude, this is a date. Are you fucking sick? This is a date. Are you out of your mind? So, yeah, I was still oblivious. They were like, dude, this is not a hangout. This is a fucking date. You go for it. And they actually reveled in the fact that at the time, I was the last person in our circle of friends to actually get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, you finally got a girlfriend! Yeah!
Yeah.
So yeah,
very exciting time.
So yeah, it was either my circle of friends or my mom who I told first about my relationship. I don't remember which, but let's just say for the sake of argument, both.
Yes.
Have you had any romantic dinner dates?
Well, no romantic dinner dates, but I'd probably say my most romantic date was probably the Great Wolf Lodge because it was during Valentine's weekend. It was for our first Valentine's together, and before all the other guys I ever dated, they kind of just like did a half-ass Valentine's Day, and so Will was the first one to really go all out, and we did bowling there. We did the water slides and stuff like that. We ate pizza. We had dessert, and there was like a little game room. We
Yeah,
played
I don't think we've heavily emphasized how great the Great Wolf Lodge is. It's like a water park, hotel, and family funplex all in one.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, and I would love to go back there again.
So yeah,
but that's basically our most romantic date, I think.
I would say that's at least for you. I think my most romantic date with you was, I'd honestly have to say Disneyland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know about you, but it's always kind of been a fantasy of mine to actually spend a day at Disneyland with a person I'm dating.
Aww.
And yeah, I think we managed to do that very well. And I'd say like our most romantic moment there, like it wasn't during that trip, but it was when we went to California Adventure with a couple of friends of ours, and I showed you World of Color for the first time.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Oh god, we were holding each other so close, just in awe of the spectacle of World of Color.
And then I remember, like, afterwards he turned and he just, like, grabbed my face and kissed me, and I'm like, whoa! I like it!
That show's just so inspiring, god damn it.
It inspires you to kiss your girlfriend?
Well, not just that, it just... I love it so much I can't put it in words. I was so glad I got to show that to you.
Alright. What conventions are you planning on going to this year as a couple? Basically, as a couple, the only convention we're both planning on showing up to is probably BronyCon.
Yeah,
because I am a broke ass bitch.
Yeah, we're both actors, which means we're both broke.
Yeah, that's code word for broke.
Yeah, but yeah, BronyCon is probably the convention that both of us are going to attend as a couple. I plan on attending more this year, at least by myself, because she's probably going to stay behind to, either earn some extra money or do more wedding preparations and stuff like that. But yeah, as for me, I know I'm going to BabsCon because I guess this is my first time announcing it. I'm going to be a community guest at BabsCon. I already announced it on Twitter, but not on YouTube yet. I'll probably make my own separate video about that later on because that'll probably get flooded amongst everybody else. But yeah, BabsCon, Everfree, High Roller PonyCon, and then BronyCon. Those are my big conventions this year. The only one that's sort of up in the air is CMPC, but those are ones I'm confirmed for, at least for now.
Yeah. Do you have any cute nicknames for each other? I, for a while, called him my honey bunny.
Yeah.
And it's funny how that got started, another tangent, is because, we were walking around, and then he's like, oh, come on, honey bun. And I stopped, and I turned to him, and I'm like, did you just call me honey bun? And he's like, would you prefer I called you honey bunny? And I'm like, honey bun it is. But then some reason, I picked up honey bunny and started referring to him as that.
Yeah.
So I say honey bunny. And he's like, he's my honey bunny. I think I actually did that in the last reaction video with Suspects. I'm like,
yes.
oh, thank you, honey bunny. I love you too.
Yes, you did do that in our last react before I went to go shoot some bitches. I call her my Katy cat. Tell me I'm wrong. You are one of the... Like I said, who the fuck needs a kitten when I have you?
Yeah, but I need a kitten.
But yeah, I call her my Katy cat. So, yeah.
No, don't do cat.
I expect fan art of that.
Do you guys game together? If so, what games do you like to play? We don't necessarily game together, but some of my old video games that I like to play back in the day, I used to play Lost Kingdoms on the GameCube. I played Zelda Ocarina of Time, and I also played the N64 version of Harvest Moon. I like that game.
Yeah, for me, I'm not much of a gamer myself. I only play on occasion, mostly just because I'm so busy. But yeah, at this point, we've never really actually gamed together when it comes to video games. I think the closest thing we did was with Golden Fox at one point. We were playing Quiplash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only other game.
That's really it, and that was more a computer game. But
yeah, it's more of like a Wii game, honestly.
Yeah, either Wii game, console game, stuff like that. But yeah, we did no, wait, actually, we played more games from Jack's Party Box at a Halloween party we got invited to.
Yes.
But other than that, we mostly just play card games, Cards Against Humanity, Joking Hazard, this new game we actually picked up at a Dave & Buster's called Factor Crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, no, we don't really game together, so you'll probably see no Let's Plays of that.
Yeah. Is there a fictional, canon, couple, or fan pairing that
reminds you of your own relationship?
I would probably say, if they didn't hate each other in the series, Lord Dominator and Lord Hater. Because they're just so eccentric and they want to take over their world.
From Wander Over Yonder, yeah. I could see that. I'd honestly have to say, I'm already blanking on their names already, but the mother and father from the Addams Family.
Morticia and Gomez.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's the couple that comes to my mind when I think of us.
So great, we got a canon pairing and a fan pairing. Yay!
So yeah, but interestingly enough, I think it was through Morticia and Gomez where we sort of came up with this idea that we came up with at Cider Fest, my skull mask and everything like
Yes,
that.
yes. For a
Tab-
series, Tabitha and Keith, a match
Tab-
made in hell.
Tabitha and Keith. We basically. Okay, probably, hopefully another the last tangent for this.
Yeah,
While
I'm
at Cider,
starting to get hungry and my head hurts, so we gotta have to
Okay.
start wrapping it up.
yeah. At Cider Fest, while we were prepping for lip sync battles, she was dressing up for Dark Lady by Cher
Mm-hmm.
in a sort of faux witch's outfit, and I was doing spooky scary skeletons with this skeleton mask I got at Party City. And before we went down for the panel, we kind of came up with this idea about what if these two were a couple in a show, like this witch and his demon slave
Her demon slave.
her demon slave on Earth, and
Yeah.
and Keith only speaks in grunts,
Yeah.
or it would be like,
Honey, I don't care if you hate Lucifer. We are invited down to hell for his birthday party, and we have to make a good appearance. Honey, if you do this for me, I'll do the thing that you like. Oh, shut up. Yeah, stuff like that.
yeah, something like that. So, how often do you two argue?
We've never really had any full-blown fights. We've
Yeah.
only had, like, intense conversations, and we've had squabbles. But other than that, nothing really, like, screaming. There's no screaming matches.
Yeah, but even then, like, our squabbles and all that we didn't really raise our voices at each other. They were just, serious discussions, as adults. But yeah, it never escalated to a point where we were screaming and yelling at each other and, throwing plates and stuff like that.
No. I don't throw plates.
Yeah, plus two, I don't even think we could get to that level.
I hope we don't get to that level.
Like we
Because
usually
nobody
we usually try to, whenever a problem arises, we do try to talk it out as rationally as possible, and for the most part, we've been pretty successful.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's we heavily emphasize communication between us.
Yeah.
So,
ever thought of having kids? Okay, let's answer this on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
No!
Yeah, no children for me. I used to work at a dance studio for 6 years, and my age groups were 18 months to 7 years old. And I've seen the kids at the best. I've seen kids at their worst. And I'm like, you know what? That's not for me.
I thought you were about to say, I've seen kids at their best. I've seen kids as whales.
That would have been interesting.
I mean, I wouldn't mind adopting a baby whale, but...
Either way.
But yeah, we don't want kids, because, like, there was, like, an article I think you read that says couples who don't have kids are much happier.
Yeah.
And, actually get to do more. Like, and personally for me, I mean, I've dealt with some kids before. Like, I used to do aid at a Mind Dance studio, but only for, like, very limited time. And I just don't see myself as a good father figure. Like, I honestly don't. Like, I'm too focused on myself, as selfish as that sounds. I personally don't think I would really have it in me to take care of a child. So, I like, all sarcasm aside, we don't think they're for us.
Yeah, they're not.
So, yeah, no kids.
All right, we got 3 more questions.
Yeah, let's do this. How does it feel knowing...
Actually, 2.
Yeah, 2 more questions. Okay.
Yay.
How does it feel knowing your relationship has lasted this long and has become this successful, and where do you see yourselves in the future?
Well, obviously, we see yourselves married in the future.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying, married.
But yeah, it feels pretty good that we've lasted this long together, and honestly, like, Will, you're the longest relationship I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, you are. Usually they never make it past 8 months and so you're the first. So when we got up to the 8 months, I was anticipating something going wrong, but it didn't happen, and I'm like, yay!
Damn it, honey, that's you're making me blush.
But that, for me, I'm really glad where we're going and how we're getting there and shit like that.
Yeah, I would have to say the same thing. I mean, we've been pretty solid so far. We haven't had any huge spats or disagreements yet, and I'm kind of hoping that it sticks that way.
Knock on wood.
But I really feel I feel good that I've had because I honestly think this is also the longest I've had a relationship with. I think the most I've had was about a year or so. I
Mm-hmm.
think probably no more than a year. At least to my knowledge, I could be wrong. My past relationships were like really spaced out between a few years.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think I feel amazing that it's gone on for this long and has been this good so far. And yeah, of
Yeah.
course, I see myself, marrying you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would have some questions if you didn't.
but like as far as anything else in the future, I truly do see ourselves accomplishing our goals and reaching our aspirations to be uh well-known working actors in the business.
Yay.
Because I mean, we've worked too hard to give up now, so what's the sense in doing so?
Yeah, true.
So, and then last question that we got, what are some pieces of advice you would offer to other couples?
I think the biggest piece of advice, actually, this is two things connected together, is one, don't hide anything from your partner because that never ends well.
Mm-hmm.
And two, always communicate. It's always good if you're having a problem with something. It's always good to communicate. That way you can see if you can fix that problem. Or if it turns out you can't fix that problem, that way you can get out of that situation.
Exactly. Like communication and not hiding stuff. This kind of goes back to why I hate people being passive aggressive. If there's something clearly wrong, say so. It shouldn't be a thing like, oh, but I don't want to ruin your day. I don't want you to worry about me when you have other problems that are way bigger than mine. No. Just no, 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 no. I don't care how big or how small your problem is. If something is clearly bothering you, speak up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, communication, I agree with that, is key. My advice, again, I'm taking a page from Lost Narrator and Magpie Pony. Don't skip out on taking care of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, I mean, you can have a lot of times where all you're doing is just, caring for your significant other, spoiling him or her, showering them with gifts, love, praise, and blah, blah, blah. Don't forget to give that same adoration and passion and love to yourself.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it'll just be, a lopsided. The relationship will be lopsided.
Yeah.
And when you truly take care of yourself, you'll feel, I don't know if this makes sense, but you'll feel all the much stronger about your relationship, not just for your significant other's sake, but for yourself, because if you can make yourself feel good, then it'll be no trouble making the other person feel good.
Yes.
So yeah, that's our three big pieces of advice: communication, not hiding anything, and don't forget to take care of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. How long did this video go for? Oh my God, we're under an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. Wow. Okay. I think almost just about as long as Lost in Mag. God, we really are plagiarizing at this point.
Yes, yes, we are. Just so we can get it fully plagiarized, why not? Balls, cock, and vagina.
God damn it! Oh God. We four really are birds of a feather.
We are.
Mag Lost, if you're watching this, we love you, and sorry, not sorry, maybe.
But either way, we gotta start wrapping things up because I'm hungry and I need food.
Yeah,
I get cranky when I'm not well fed.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this.
Have a wonderful Valentine's Day or Singles Awareness Day, whichever applies to you.
Whichever you prefer, whatever you celebrate, and just yeah, enjoy yourselves. We may do another one of these in the future, possibly, if depending on timing and if we feel like it. But I think we've already covered a lot of ground here. I don't think there's anything else that's to be asked unless we're missing something that they'll point out.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Thanks for listening. If any of you all had the patience for this.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great Valentine's Day, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.